Boom.
All right, then. Biddly, biddly, biddly boat. Yes, yes, yeah. Here we go. Believe it or not, there ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Quick shit vid. I think the only thing to talk about really today is Farke. I think a lot of people have waited, been waiting for this moment. I'd be interested to know really if you could look deep into people's hearts just in general. Or the minds or whatever. I don't know whether the heart rules the mind or the mind rules the heart with some people in general, but I'm not sure which I am. I think it's maybe a combination of the two for everybody. This is, I mean, we were so poor Sunday, you know, there's no point even discussing Notts Forest. The only positive out of it was I thought Metch's goal was literally like borderline what we've been crying out for, really. You know, somebody that can get on edge at box and create things for himself. He took it so well. Then obviously to concede so quickly after and stuff's just so poor. But I want to talk about Farke. Truth be told, so we're obviously 11 games in. I said I wanted to get to 10 games and then have a look at it. A point a game. We're on the same as Fulham. We won behind Newcastle, who again, they haven't started very well. Now 4 behind Everton, who are starting to pull away ever so slightly. Obviously, 1 off Burnley, 1 off West Ham, 2 off Notts Forest, who are 19th. And then, you know, 9 points off Wolves, who have had an absolute stinker. They've still not won a game yet. Now, my point is with Farke, it's like, has he ever been supported? Really, this is the first rough patch of his tenure with us, isn't it? Truth be told. So, you know, and to be honest, in his post-match interview, he sounded a bit radgy. He got a bit, for the first time, I felt as though he sounded a little bit rattled. And he was talking about whether Dan James was available to start, and he said, of course he was. But he mentioned Okafor, and then he mentioned Aronson and stuff like, who does he come in for? And Aronson's a workhorse and all this stuff. Really, you know, I still wouldn't like to see a change of formation. Genuinely, I think it's the only way forward with us. I think we're strongest in the middle with the three. I'm not 100% convinced on Stack, to be perfectly honest. But you know, we lacked a lot of intensity, didn't we? Again, I'm trying to talk about Farke. I'm just interested to know, like, because a lot of people are getting off on this, in my opinion, now. So, and they've been looking forward to coming out and being Farke outers, which, you know, in a sense is fine. I just like to be able to go back 11. What's the point in giving him 11 games and then dumping it out? We've not been as bad as. It's a difficult one. I don't know. I still support Farke, to be perfectly honest, if I'm brutally honest with it, because, you know, there's talks of, you know, obviously there's been some talks at new managers. Who's this, you know, what's he called? Marco Rose, clear favourite to replace Daniel Farke as the board's alerted. But I just think there's a pile on. All away fans were sticking the fingers up at the players on Sunday after game and stuff. And I don't know. This is why we get called an emotional club, I suppose. But it's just, you know. So Marco Rose comes in, and what does he do then? I'm sort of stuck in between people saying that Farke's not good enough, and then the recruitment hasn't been good enough. It kind of has to be one or the other, doesn't it? Or again, it can be a small combination of the two things. I'm torn myself. I don't want rid of Farke. You know, I'll just die with Farke. I think I'll just go down with him because they're going to get rid of him anyway if it doesn't improve. And then, you know, I think the next few games are so difficult. And that's what everybody's sort of panicking on. But if you're going to bring a new manager in for them games, it's like, what? So is he going to come in and have this magic dust that gets sprinkled on top? And then people saying that our recruitment hasn't been good enough. We need better attacking options. Like, well, if we had better attacking options, would Farke be able to play more positive football? My only thing is, I don't know why we're going to away games. I feel as though we're going into away games with a lot less intensity. And I feel like that is the way that we're sort of setting up. We're setting up to have a bit of a look and mill around, it feels like, you know, and sort of see where you're at after 15, 20 minutes. But we're conceding too easily away from home. So there's not the same intensity there. And as much as talking to my brother, funnily enough, so we've obviously all been out on sesh all weekend because it was my mate's birthday. And talking about away games, and I know it makes a massive difference. And it does, you know, the home fans and all that stuff. I mean, having said that, some teams thrive away from home because they can't handle pressure of the home fans. But we don't seem to be that way out. So with the away games, I just think there's got to be a level to some where you're in the games a little bit more than we are being. We're really passive. That's a couple on bounce now where we've been passive, and it's not what we need to be about, is it? I called right at the very start of the season, just be competitive in each and every game. You do end up being in a rut. You know, Marco Rose, another fucking Leipziger, isn't it? We'll get another, you know, it's just RB Leipzig, you know, it's like we all got in locker. It's like, bring him in then, I don't know. Farke almost certain to get sacked if sources information is correct. Brendan Rodgers tipped to replace Daniel Farke. Marco Rose, clear favourite. It's just everywhere, isn't it? Every YouTuber's talking about it, including me. You know, Leeds United news, angry gestures, full-time complaints, and off-camera Forest moments. It's just, I feel like that, you know, the news is dry in a certain terms, so everybody's sort of like can't wait to jump on it. And in all honesty, there's not a lot of pundits out in the World Wide Web other than Leeds supporters that are really yanging on about this and banging on about it. So, you know, apart, you know, the only good news we've got is, you know, Leeds United ready for Harry Wilson transfer again. It's like we're literally clutching at straws. Perry for the goal, got loads of abuse, didn't he? I mean, I think he's a bit dog shit, to be fair. I think he's got a lot to show. Ethan Ampadu's saying we need to stick by each other, which is obviously true. But Ethan Ampadu's been getting a lot of stick online as well. They're coming for everybody. It's Nonto, obviously nowhere to be seen. What do you reckon, guys? I don't know. I'm at a loose end with it, I think. I'll be genuinely interested to see. I don't really care if anybody is coming in saying, you know, that the Farke are out, really. You know, I think when you have poor performances, I just think people have been waiting for it, that's all. And I'd rather they got on with it a little bit early and said it, you know, from get-go. I'd have a bit more respect for it, really, rather than just like we're going for a bit of a tricky patch. Because you can't say we haven't shown signs this year of being half decent. You know, we are 16th, which everybody were calling for, and then everybody was saying, give me 17th now. And then Sunderland have been decent. So now Sunderland are the formula going forward. Like, that's not, you know, like they're just sorted now. They're done. I mean, they'll stay up this season because, you know, the gap is growing by the minute, by the moment, you know, and the crazy result against Arsenal for them and stuff. But, you know, can we pull something out of the bag? Let's have a look at next fixtures. Obviously, I think it's good for us to be an international break. I never thought I'd say that before, but it gives us a couple of weeks to really sort of sort out what's going on and really get up for a game. We're at home to Aston Villa on next Sunday, and then it's Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, Palace. It's crazy. That's us lead up to Christmas. So, and then we've got Sunderland, who, you know, you'd have backed us to beat last year. So it's, I don't know what you're saying, guys. I'm still Farke in for what it's worth. I'd get to January. I'd have a look where we're at there, because I don't. And you can say whatever you want about me saying, oh, you know, waiting, but I don't think Marco Rose comes in and gets us, you know, 6 points against Man City, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Brentford. So, you know, I don't think he's got any more chance of getting them points out of us than Farke does. What do you reckon? Let's not be too down about it, though, guys. Try to stay positive and upbeat as we always do, as we does it, but shit is as shit does sometimes. Take it easy, everybody. I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Boom.